Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to be reviewing the first Spring into Love movie of 2026, Two for Tea. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, March 21st, 2026, and stars Janel Parrish as T and Chris McNally as Will. Now, we just love Janel Parrish.
Yes, we do.
Love her. We're not as familiar with Chris McNally. It's not that we, aren't going to grow to love him. We just aren't as familiar with him.
Right.
But Janel, she was in Sugar Plum, Haunted Wedding, Never Been Kissed, Return to Office. And the one that's probably our personal fave of hers is Right in Front of Me.
Right.
And
Awesome.
we just watched that one recently.
Yeah.
Right. And we just we really enjoyed that one. So that's probably our fave Janel Parrish movie so far to date.
Yeah.
And Chris, of course, is known to the Hardee's community for his role in When Calls the Heart. We are making our way through season 1 still. We are on episode number 8, and we have not seen him yet.
Nope.
So I don't think
Still
he's in
haven't seen him.
season 1. I think we
That's
have a
okay.
few years before we get to him.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, but we did see him in Holiday Crashers and 3 Bed, 2 Bath, 1 Ghost.
Yeah, I liked Holiday Crashers. I thought it was
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
really good.
All right, so Michael Robinson directed it. He has directed a ton of our favorite movies too, which include Adventures in Love and Birding, An Unexpected Valentine, A Picture of Her, and A Shoe Addict's Christmas. That's you. A Shoe
That
Addict's
was a
Christmas.
shoe addict, yeah. And that was a cute movie. That was really cute.
It was. The writers are Matt Johnson, Betsy Morris, and Justine Winslow Chang. This is Matt's first Hallmark writing credit, so good for him. Betsy has written several Hallmark movies, including 2025's Villa Amore and Wish Swap. And Justine has written one other Hallmark movie, A Big Fat Family Christmas from 2022.
I don't think we saw that one. That's one we
No.
haven't seen yet.
No? So let's drop the synopsis.
Alrighty. T is a Chinese-American pottery artist who meets new community center handyman Will. As she learns about her family's traditions through art, can she and Will save the center from closure?
Ooh, dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so what did you think?
You'll say we'll
this
probably
movie?
give away some spoilers.
Oh, yes. So we'll probably give away some spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, stop the podcast, go watch it, come back, let us know what you think.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. All right.
You've
Just
been
give the
warned.
fair warning to
You've
people.
been
Fair
warned.
warning.
All right. So what did you think?
I thought this was so stinking cute. Janelle did not let me down in this one. Again, I thought it was an adorable movie. I thought their chemistry was effortless. I thought the pacing of this movie was great. We had it really has like a fun supporting cast. So people in the
Yeah.
community center are trying to set her up, right? They're trying to make sure she notices Will and he knows
Yeah.
her name. So it was really just a cute, fun movie with some serious undertones with with her trying to discover who she really is, even though she hates that question, like put yourself into your work. And, she's this pottery artist who's just trying to figure it out. And he comes in, he's a divorced dad,
Right.
of a middle schooler or whatever. And it just really, really worked for me. All of it, the way it came together. I thought there were funny moments too, where we both kind of laughed a little
Yeah.
bit. It's just an adorable film. I just really enjoyed it. What about you?
I too enjoyed it. I loved the family aspect of it, the culture. T having an identity crisis. She didn't know who she was, and it showed in her pottery.
That's a
loved
much
the
better way of saying yeah, that's true.
I love the relationship between, Will and Natalie, and then Leanne and T. I loved that
Between
dynamic.
Will and Natalie. So Natalie is Will's daughter.
Is Will's daughter, and
Right.
Leanne is T's mother.
Right.
I especially I love the supporting cast, the community.
Yeah.
they were just so funny and trying to get T and Will
Mm.
together. I really enjoyed that. The pace of the movie was spot on, and yeah, overall, just really loved the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. All right. So let's talk about the meet cute.
The meet cute.
The meet
So
cute.
for me, the meet cute, um, I I don't. It wasn't
So,
my best, but
or
what
was it your,
happened, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. So Will, he's new in town, and like you said, he's a divorced father with Natalie. She's 14, and he's looking for a job, a handyman job. So he's there to see Liz, who is the director of the community, but can't seem to find
community
her
center? Yeah.
community
Yeah.
center and can't seem to find her office. Ends up down in the pottery room where he meets T for the first time and the supporting cast. And I don't know, it just, that part just didn't land for me.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I thought it was cute. You could tell that there was kind of a connection, but it seemed like more of the supporting cast knew there was a connection than both of them did.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, what did you think?
I thought I thought Will and T have just sort of a cute, fun banter at first. And like you said, then you have the supporting cast and they're kind of like, what's your name? Her name is T, like
You're
they're
right.
trying to,
Right.
yeah, they're like sort of the senior community there, right? They're taking the
Hmm.
pottery class and they instantly see that he's somebody she could be with, so
Right.
they're trying to help her out. And I mean, I thought it was okay. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't so we do top shelf, middle shelf, or bottom shelf.
Hmm.
What did you
I'm,
think? I would say middle shelf for me.
I would say between bottom and middle.
Oh, between
Yeah.
bottom and middle.
I
Okay.
actually enjoyed their next scene where they're kind
Yes.
of walking down Main Street.
Yes.
To me, I
Yes.
wish that would have been the meet cute because that was perfect.
Yeah.
Their conversations.
That in fact, we'll get into it what we're going
Right.
to talk about next.
Right. Which is our favorite scene.
Mhm.
So, what was one of yours?
All right, so we'll talk about what, two or three? If
Yeah.
we have
Let's do
three, maybe
two
two.
or three.
Okay. So you just mentioned it. It's Will and T. They are walking down the street after he gives her her phone, correct?
Right.
Is
Yes.
that okay?
Yep.
She she left her phone in the community center, right?
Yes.
Is that where he finds it?
Yeah, he
But
did.
so
Yep.
he takes her phone and she's just a little bit frustrated because someone has told her that she needs to put herself into her work, and she's
Right.
like, what does that mean? I don't understand. Why do people say, I don't see you in your work? And so and she's questioning, like, well, who is she? And it's just really cute because Will is like, well, who are you? And he starts asking her questions
Questions.
about
Yeah.
herself, right? And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm Chinese American. And he says, no, I mean, you're an artist, you're a teacher, you like ice cream. And it was real cute because she's like, well, how do you know that? And he said, because we just walked past an ice cream store and you looked at it longingly or whatever. And I thought
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was
That
it
was
was really
cute.
cute. So he's helping point out like all of these things that she is and what she does and what does she enjoy. I
Mm-hmm.
just thought that it was really, really cute. And then she kind of is like, they get to, I don't even know where they end up at the community, but they're walking down the street and she's like, thanks for pondering the universe with me.
Right. That was
And
funny.
and then she turns it on him, like, who are you?
Right.
And he says, I got to meet some new people today. I met
Mm-hmm.
an artist who's wearing the heck out of a red dress, and I thought that was
Right.
really
Right.
cute
That
because
was
it's
cute.
like a flirtatious moment. And he's like, I
Mm-hmm.
just had a really nice day. And I like that we get that right away, that he admits he's kind of liking her, he's kind of
Right.
crushing on her a little bit. And and he's making her feel good and he's talking to her and he's just so natural. Chris McNally was so good in that scene.
He was.
Yeah, I really enjoy. So that's one of my favorites. What about you?
Well, what's funny, because that was one of my favorites too,
Yeah.
is that he like built her up, right? You should be
Yes.
proud of who you are, your heritage, where you've been, where you going. And I just that's why I said this one would have been a great meet cute, because when he said, I met the person that's wearing the heck out of the red dress. I was like,
Yes.
man, that's top shelf right there.
That's a good line for
That,
someone. Yeah, that's a
yes,
good line.
that's a top shelf
Yeah.
moment right there. But yeah, that was one of mine. But I actually enjoyed the conversations that Leanne, her mother, and T had together.
Hmm.
They seemed genuine. Leanne was sorry that she didn't, you know, put more culture into T growing up, the Chinese
Yeah.
culture. And I just thought it was very, very, their conversation was, I really loved it because she talked about Leanne, how her cousin, they, when she first left China to go to America, that they left on bad terms, and it really weighed on her. And I
Hmm.
enjoyed the RT had her cousin Theo. They kind
Yeah.
of, they were obviously they were best friends practically. So that was one of my
Yeah.
best scenes.
He
Their
was a good
conversation.
character in this too.
Yes, he
The actor
was.
who
He was
played
very good.
Theo, and I don't
Yeah,
have that right in front of me, but
it
he was really
was.
good too. He
It was
was really
David
good.
Kay.
David Kay. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great in his role as Theo. And in that moment too, I thought it was cool because, you know, when her mom says she didn't want her to have one foot here and one foot in China, she wanted to kind of make
Right.
sure she was centered in one place. That's why she didn't talk about her Chinese culture that much.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting. Yeah, that was a really good
Mm-hmm.
scene. And then she shows her. That's where she doesn't she show her the pot that her great great grandfather had
Great
made.
great grandfather had made. Yep.
Right,
It,
and
was it?
that's
Are they called Z Xing
Yixing,
pots? I think
Yixing.
Yixing or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I
Yeah.
thought,
That.
and that's kind of what sparks T's then creativity to
Mm-hmm. Try to find
write, like
herself. Yeah.
create pots. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or was she already trying to do them at that point? I'm sorry, I might
No,
be
she
getting you
wasn't
a
trying
little
to
bit
do that.
screwed.
Her thing
Not yet.
was she was trying to sell or show her pottery in a show. Um,
Yeah,
and I can't remember his name. The
Ken.
Daniel
The
Bacon. Yeah. Ken, the art dealer. And he
Ken
was the one that
character.
kind of said, your stuff's good, but it's not you.
Right.
So,
Right.
right. So that's when she had that talk with her mom and her mom showed her the pot that kind of lit up something in her.
Yeah.
So what was another scene that you enjoyed?
Let me see. I really liked when um when Will fixes the fan in her studio. This it's just one of
Yes.
the cute. It's just a like a cute. So he fixes the fan and she doesn't know it, and she goes in there and she's like, can you please come in here? I need to show you something." And they just had a really cute. She's like, "It appears somebody broke in the middle of the night and fixed this fan. And it's been broken for a long time
Yep.
in her studio, right?" And they just had a really cute, fun, you know, bit of banter in that moment. And I
Mm-hmm.
just thought, and they're a little flirtatious,
Yeah.
and I just it's just a small moment in the movie, but I thought it was big in terms of their chemistry
Right.
and their banter and their flirtation, and I thought it was really really cute. So that would be another favorite scene of mine.
Yeah, she says something. What was it? I'm trying to look for it. Like she said, "You fix my fan." It's funny that my fan gets fixed by my biggest fan. I thought
That's
that
a little
was,
bit later. Yeah, I think
yeah,
doesn't she
that,
say that? Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
she does say that.
yeah. And
Maybe it is in that moment. My
yeah,
fan was fixed by my biggest fan.
she said, "Who would have ever thought that the person who fixed my fan will become my biggest fan?"
There you
Oh,
go.
I
Aw,
thought
that
that
was
was
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. My other one favorite scene was when Will was so Natalie, she was getting ready for a school dance, and she
Mhm.
never slowed dance. So this is when they invited T over for dinner because Natalie wanted to show her the dress that she bought from her store,
For
and
sure.
but she didn't know how to slow dance. But then Will said, "Come on over here," and I thought it was cute how he said, "Get on my feet," and then they just swayed back and forth, and then he dipped,
Yeah.
and then Natalie wasn't sure she was doing it right, so then T steps in, and they're dancing, and then he dips her, and I thought that was so
That
cute
was
because then
cute.
Natalie was like, "Can you dip me?"
Yeah,
So
that was a really
I
cool
thought that was
scene.
a cute scene.
Yeah.
So that was my second one.
Yeah. And then the last one, like I said, I liked a lot of, moments throughout the movie, but I really
Yeah.
enjoyed when Will is watching T make one of those pots, those Yijing
Yes.
pots, and
Yes.
she's showing him, and the music is so good, and she talks to him like they play a little music and she's making it, and then she gives a little history behind what she's
Mm-hmm.
doing. And then, there's kind of breaks in between it where they talk and then the music goes and she finishes the work. And so I just thought that that was because she's like, he wants to see it, and she's like, well, it can take a long time, and he's basically like, okay, I
Yeah.
got time. So he
Yeah.
sits and he watches. So it was just really, I thought that was really cute.
Yeah. It was. I mean, there were a lot of cute scenes in it, a lot of
Well,
emotional scenes. Good.
well, yeah. Well, not like super. I didn't think there was one maybe really where we teared up a little bit, but
Right. Right.
not, I didn't think it was like super emotional
No. Yeah, it was.
most of the movie. Yeah, I think maybe one or two, but I like there were just so many. Did you have any other favorite scenes before I?
I had one more, and that's when the town council was going to close the community center because they figured nobody was interested in it, and I loved how they all came together, the supporting cast, the community. They cleaned up, they painted, they brought in each of them brought in something to help with the community center that would later on draw
Yeah,
people in. I thought that was really good.
that was cool. It was a
Yeah, it
cool
was.
way.
Yeah.
There were other like scenes that I you saying that just reminded me when like Will does the lanterns for her. They were supposed to go to a lantern
Yes.
festival
Yeah.
and it's raining outside, so he creates one inside and
Mm-hmm.
brings her to that. And
Yes.
they had a kiss in that scene.
Yeah, that was a kiss. And it's funny
Yeah,
because Natalie had talked to her dad about it, and she was the one that came up with the idea. Then bring the lantern to her. And
inside.
she
Yeah,
did.
bring
Yeah.
the in
And
here.
she
So he,
did. He
yeah,
did.
that scene really worked because just the two of them, and
Mm-hmm.
then the very end when of course they save the community center, big shock. But they have Will has set up her pottery pieces because they're going to showcase, and he surprises her by
Right.
having a showcase of her pottery pieces at the community center.
Right.
And I just thought it was really cool, and she has no idea, and he kind of surprises her with it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so
Yeah, I thought that was cool because they were going to showcase once a month a local
a
artist,
local artist,
and
yeah.
she was the first one. And I thought it was even better when Ken came in, the art dealer, and said, "I'm sorry to say this, but these pots won't be here because they're sold. They're going to California."
Going to
Because
San
he was,
Francisco, baby.
yeah, because
Yep.
his friend
Yeah.
had a gallery too, and he bought them up. So I thought
Yeah,
that was cool.
that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you have any
All
more?
right. No, we can go on to Cheers. Let's talk about Cheers.
All right.
What do
Um,
you
one
do
of
you have any?
mine, yeah, I have a couple. And, you know, one is just, I felt like Will was always building her up. I thought it was, he wasn't that typical, male guy. He just was always complimenting T, building her up. And she would do the same thing to him. So they kind of, were complimentary to each other. And so that was one of my cheers. What about you?
I kind of mentioned it earlier, the effortless chemistry between the two of them. I loved that they had Will's character immediately, like the comment about the red dress, someone
Mm-hmm.
who's wearing the heck out of the red dress. That was right away. And then later he says something about having a mild crush on her, and then it goes into now he's really crushing on her. And I thought that was
Right.
such a good evolution of their relationship throughout the
Yep.
movie, just the way it was written and the way it was played out. I thought that was great. I really enjoyed the story. We've had the
Yeah.
community center thing before, but I liked the way they were able to weave in her heritage
Mm-hmm.
in all of it with the pottery. I like that she had a pottery class. She's learning about her family history. In the meantime, she's
Mm-hmm.
making pottery pieces that are relevant, to the history of pottery. And I
Right.
thought, I thought things that they sprinkled in, like the thing about, the tea, like they might have these little, and I might be pronouncing them wrong, but the yixing pots, they would have different one for different teas because the flavor gets absorbed into the
Right.
pot and you
Because they're
don't want to mix.
porous. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So some families have multiple. Yeah. So I
Right.
just thought, I thought that worked really well. The way the story was written,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, is it a typical, Hallmark formula? Yes, but I think it really worked in this case.
And you know what?
And I always like it when, there wasn't some big moment where they got mad at each other. There was no 5-minute argument that
Right.
ended right away at the end. They didn't have any really discourse like that. And I just thought that doesn't always happen in a Hallmark movie. There's usually
Right.
some rub, right? There's
Yeah.
something that happens, and they didn't need to do it. And I'm so glad they didn't, because they
Yeah.
just didn't need it here. And it just worked really well. I like that with his ex, she's in town,
Right.
and they don't
Jane.
make,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they don't make the two women kind of like, ooh, that's your
Jealous.
ex. And they don't
Right.
make the ex like some raging lunatic, or, not that they always do that, but just somebody who's just a jerk or whatever. I just, and she was kind of like, hey, it's cool. I'm glad you're dating. I'm glad he's found someone.
Mm-hmm.
We have a rule that before we bring anyone into our daughter's life, we tell the other person what's going on.
Right.
So I just thought, yeah, big cheers for me. And overall, I thought it was really, really cute.
Well, what I found interesting was, if you noticed, two things. Her pots at the beginning, they were colorful, they were perfect, they were safe. Right. It's something
Mm-hmm.
you would see in a store, and then near the end, they were more expressive, and they
Mm.
were imperfect, and it was more like her. I
Yeah,
felt. And
that's
then the
true.
same with the clothes she wore. She wore like, muted colors at the beginning of the movie. And then at the end, she was wearing more of the traditional Chinese. So she was more colorful.
Oh, that's
And
interesting. I didn't
yeah,
notice that. Oh,
yeah. And
okay. Yeah,
I
that's
thought
look
that
at
was a
you.
good touch
Yeah,
with bringing those two things, kind of a
yeah.
metaphor
That's really
or whatever.
interesting.
Yeah.
Look
So
at
there you go.
you.
Did
There
you?
you go. And the music was really good.
Yes, it was.
I
Yes, it
thought,
was.
and I liked that it opened. Didn't it open in the pottery?
Yeah.
T was doing the pottery and the music that was playing, right?
Hmm.
I liked the opening. It was a little bit different, and
Right.
yet another pottery moment in 2026. Can we
We're getting
say
them. We're getting
we
them.
had it in The Way to You and Because of
Yeah.
Cupid, and I think this
Yeah.
is the third one.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was
So,
awesome.
yeah. All right.
So,
So, any jeers from you? Or did you have any other
um,
cheers? Sorry.
no, I didn't have any other cheers.
Okay. Jeers. Did you
No,
have
I
any
didn't. I
jeers?
didn't really have any jeers.
Except maybe the meet cute for you.
Well, the meat cute stuff. Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah, no.
What about you? Did you have any?
No, I didn't really have any. I didn't really have any jeers this time around.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's move on
We don't have
to.
to act so surprised. Like, oh, really? Okay. You're so critical.
Nah,
No, no, you don't.
nah. You're not critical. You're honest, right? So,
Yes.
so out of 5 corks, what would you give this one?
I would give this one a 4.5. I
Yep,
really enjoyed
that's what I
it.
was
I
gonna give
thought
it.
you too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna give it.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I
You
just
were.
thought it was really cute. It was enjoyable. It's a fun watch, I think,
Mm-hmm.
from start to finish. I mean, you kind of brought up there are a couple serious moments, like when her mom finally gets reconnected with her cousin.
Right.
That
Yep.
was an emotional moment, but it's not so much. There is some history in there. I thought it was I just thought it was really enjoyable. It's something, if we had it on, we would probably sit down and just watch it,
Yeah.
again. It's something you can definitely watch. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good because I gave it a 4.5 too.
You gave it a 4.5.
Basically for the same reason.
Yes, yes.
So all right. So
And
is
we're
that? Go ahead.
oh no, I was going to say we're recording this a little bit later than normal, but it was a great start to
Yeah.
Spring into Love movies. It was a
Yeah,
really strong start.
yeah, it was. I agree.
Yeah.
So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
Well, we'd like to thank you for listening to us. And if you want to help more Hallmark fans find us, if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review or rating and a review. And if you like watching us over on YouTube, you can find us at Pour the Wine is Rom-Com Time. Click that like button, then click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new drops.
You can also send us an email to pourthewineisromcomtime@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts about the Spring into Love movies or anything Hallmark related. We would love to hear from you.
Yes, we would.
Make sure you follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers.